Welcome back, weirdos. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm so glad you're here. This video excites me to no end. I don't know if you remember, a while back I did a manicure using products from Nailed It, and it turned out to be my all-time favorite chunky glitter ever. It was so beautiful, and this is what she did. I asked her, I'm guilty, it's my fault. I'm like, I need this chunky glitter, but I need it in all the colors. So she did Perdita sequels, and I'm so incredibly excited about these. This one in particular, and y'all know me, I'm not a pink person at all, but this just, I don't know, it moved me. So we're gonna get it on the nail, and I'm doing it first, and I'm doing it on my index finger. Once in a blue moon, I say to myself, your index finger deserves to be an accent nail just like every other finger does. So that's what I'm doing. Accent nail on my index, and I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I don't know why. I don't know. It's a pointing finger. You point at things, you point at people. Hopefully you don't point at people, because that could be rude. But, you point at stuff. And what finger do you typically point with unless you're in a really bad mood at somebody? You use your index finger. So I'm like, that's going to get the glitter, all the glitter. So with this particular glitter, and with most chunky glitters, if I'm being honest, I found that the best way for me to apply it is to do the pour over method and then hand place some glitters later on, which you'll see me do if you need to. This is going to drastically reduce the bulk on your nail. It's going to reduce the amount of clear cap and filing you're going to have to do. For me, it's just so much easier. If you want to lay in and get that really full coverage glitter look, you certainly can. But for me, I like the more sparse and sporadic accents of the glitter, and these are so beautiful. I cannot. I'm going to leave a link for everything I'm using. All the products I've swatched will be on her website. I do have a discount code. Actually, I have 2 discount codes for you. One is if you're a first-time shopper, and the other is if you're a returning customer. So she is taking care of both of you guys. So everything will be linked down below in case you feel the desire to pick up anything that I'm using today. She has dip liquids, she has all the glitter, she has a whole bunch of gorgeous solids. So head over there if you want to check any of that out. And thank you so much to Nailed It for continuing to support my channel. The sponsorships really are a great way to help me continue creating content for you guys. So it is greatly appreciated. So as you can see, moving on with my second tip of this gorgeous glitter, I am making sure to pat down these glitters to make sure they're laying flat. That way nothing is sticking up. If you have glitter sticking up, I would highly recommend you remove the glitter if you can't get it to lay flat, only because, and this is uncommon with her glitters, her circle glitters specifically are so thin and flexible and easy to work with. But if you do have anything sticking up, remove it, because what's going to wind up happening is, unless you clear cap and you put like a clear mounted on top of your dip, you're going to likely file into the glitter, leaving it not looking so pretty. So don't let your glitter be standing up is the moral of the long-winded story. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. I'm going to go ahead and do a clear cap on this. I'm going to get the rest of the nails dipped out. I cannot believe pink and purple. Do I even know who I am anymore? Who is this? It's not Marlakris. If you're new to my channel, that was like the longest intro ever. Hi, I'm Marlakris. I'm glad you're here. I'm not a nail tech. I'm not a nail anything. I'm just a DIYer, like most of you guys probably are. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you're here. Consider subscribing if you would like to see more content. I do nail videos twice a week, every week. That's that. You can give this video a thumbs up if you like it at any point in time, even if it's for like a hot second. If you smile or laugh, or even if you shake your head at me, give me a thumbs up, because it really helps my channel out, and I would greatly appreciate it. While I'm getting my nails, the rest of my nails, dipped out using the flat colors, the non-glitter solid colors, which are gorgeous. Oh, if you're wondering what's on my nails right now, I am wearing builder gel, just so you guys know what's happening there. But while I'm getting the rest of my nails dipped out, I figured I would tell you exactly what I'm doing and where I am, because I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but so I don't get out of my house very often. I really don't. I go to the post office, I pick up my kids from school or from the school bus, I go to the store sometimes, but I'm home most of the time. This is my full-time job. I'm a full-time content creator, which I'm so blessed to be and so thankful for the opportunity to do so. But this is what I do. So I'm home. I don't have an office. I don't have a studio. I do nails at home, right? So sometimes, even on my slowest days, I just don't have time to do voiceovers at home because I used to do them at night, late at night, and it was exhausting. So now I have to find the time during the day between editing and filming and, interacting during upload days. It's hard to find the time to do a voiceover considering that I have 3 kids that go to 2 different schools and all the things that comes with. I feel like an Uber most days. So currently, I'm in the park. I am in the park. My kids, 2 of my kids go to high school, and there's a park right next to their high school. So I come here to the park to avoid the dreaded car loop. If you know, you know. I come here and I wait for them, and they walk over to the park after school. So I'm here sitting in the park, probably looking like a crazy person talking to my phone. We're going to pretend that like I'm on the phone with somebody. Who am I on the phone with? I don't know. I'm calling someone. But yeah, so I do voiceovers sometimes in the park while I'm sitting here just chilling, waiting for my kiddos to get out of school and walk on over. So that's my current situation. And if you have kids and you deal with the car loops, you know how much that's dreaded. I did it for a while. And you know what? If it rains, I will go to the car loop because I don't want my kiddos walking around in the rain, even though they probably wouldn't care. Oh, another thing that I probably should mention, because you guys probably notice because y'all are so super observant and you notice damn near everything. If you're wondering what this pink thing is on my wrist, I filmed this right after I got back from my little weekend away with my bestie, Chelsea from Sip and Dip. Her and I went away for a weekend. We had a blast, and you had to wear these, bracelets around the resort hotel place to get anywhere, even though I don't think anyone ever looked at my wrist. But let me just tell you, I don't know if it's a me thing or if it's a most people thing. Let me know if you've had this experience too with these types of bracelets you have to wear, to get into any type of like theme park or hotel or whatever. But it took me 3 days to remove this from my wrist. 3 days. And I because I'm stubborn and I couldn't locate my scissors. I knew I had them somewhere, but kids are always taking your stuff and putting them somewhere else and not remembering where they are. It was me. I misplaced my scissors. But anyway, besides the point, it took me 3 days to get this thing off of my wrist, and I did eventually when I found scissors. I tried unsnapping the snaps and they would not unsnap. So that's what the pink bracelet is. But Chelsea and I had a blast. We were away for 2 nights. It wasn't a long weekend or anything like that, but we had a great time. We were really worried about the weather. It was supposed to be stormy all day, every day, which, to be honest, we were totally prepared to just drink in the hotel room all day and all night, and that would have been fine. But thankfully, everything kind of worked around our schedule. The weather moved for us, which was lovely. We hopped in the jacuzzi the first night there. We went to the beach. We went in the lazy river, which was amazing. We could have lived in that lazy river all day long. Eventually, the storm did come. The storm came, and it was actually quite pleasant. We sat outside on our hotel room balcony and just took it all in, watched the lightning, listened to the thunder, watched people scrambling beneath us, which was probably the best part of the whole thing. We did, of course, have some unusual experiences. So our first night there, we get ourselves situated, we grab dinner and a drink, and we decide we're going to go down to the jacuzzi. So we get our bathing suits on, head down to the jacuzzi, and it was great because nobody was there. Nobody was there. And of course, within moments of us hopping in the jacuzzi, a bunch of people pile in, including a handful of what appear to be teenage boys. And we're like, great. And they're playing football in the jacuzzi. Meanwhile, there are 3 pools that you can go and do shenanigans in. But no, they happen in the jacuzzi, and that's fine, whatever. So Chelsea and I are trying to have a conversation, and every 5 seconds, one of us is being splashed, not on purpose, in the face with water. And we were starting to get a little bit, there's a bus in front of me. I don't know if you can hear that, but there was in fact a bus sitting right in front of me, which is super inconvenient. But anyway, so we're getting splashed, and it was like, whatever, they're kids. We're just going to put our hands in front of our faces and maintain conversation, which we did. Until something floated betwixt Chelsea and I, and we didn't know what it was. We thought at first it was a kumquat, but it wasn't. It was a grape tomato. And we're like, what? So I nudge it away from us because I'm not touching the thing. And we notice a second grape, tomato floating by. And we're like, what the? And then we look up, and the boys that were in the jacuzzi with us, they're like, it's your dad. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? An adult, a whole grown adult, is throwing cherry tomatoes, or grape tomatoes, I should say, into the jacuzzi at the boys. So now we're sitting in a jacuzzi. We're essentially sitting in soup, is what we are. We're sitting in soup. Jacuzzi plus tomatoes equals soup. So we jacuzzied in soup for the night. Just one of the shenanigans that we got ourselves into. If you want to hear some more stories, let me know, because I have a bunch for you. It was a hilarious weekend. Anyways, as you can see, I'm getting into a clear cap on all of the nails. I like to do this here and there. I'm not an all the time clear person anymore. Although, especially over the glitter, you want to make sure that's clear encapsulated, because you don't want to file over glitters. That's a great way to really mess up a nail. So I figured I would just do it on top of all of the colors, and that's going to give a little bit of extra strength, especially if you don't have an overlay on your natural nail. If you're just doing dip on your natural nail, you definitely want to put a clear cap over your dip. It is the strongest of all of the acrylics because it's not compromised by pigment or glitter or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to throw on 2 coats of activator. I get a lot of questions about why I do 2 coats of activator. One is probably fine. However, years ago, I was kind of traumatized by the lack of effectiveness of an activator. And I wound up filing off chunks of my dip powder, and I had to start all over again. It was super annoying. So now I do 2 coats all the time just to avoid the situation. So I'm going to activate. I'm going to go ahead and file and buff off camera, but I will leave, per usual, a filing and buffing routine down in the box in case you are new and you want to check that out, or if you just want a refresher course on how to do your filing. Then I'm going to come back, top coat, and I'll show you the finished look. So I was gonna just let you watch the top coat, but I had to jump in and talk about it. This is Dip Nailed It's new no wipe HEMA free gel top coat, and I am swoon. Okay, I know gel top coat is gel top coat is gel top coat. However, I have found, just in my own personal experience using, I don't even know how many gel top coats I've used in the past. This one, I could tell immediately that this one had a little something. And it is so darn, look at it. It is so glossy. I could not believe it. And matter of fact, she has 2 gel top coats in her shop right now. This is the HEMA free no wipe. She has another gel top that is I think it's not HEMA free. If you don't have a HEMA problem, she says her non-HEMA free gel top is even glossier, if you can believe it. I haven't tried it, but her and I have had some very open and honest conversations, and I believe her. If she tells me that one's shinier, I'm going to believe it. Although this one knocked my socks off, blew me out of the water with the gloss. It is beautiful. Wait till you guys see the finished look. So per usual, I am finishing up my manicure with some cuticle oil. You should always be oiling your cuticles with something. And I'll tell you why. One, it's going to rehydrate your skin and nails, make sure they maintain their health and they don't get dried out, because sometimes you're putting your nails through a lot when you're doing, acrylics or dips or gel, and you're filing and you're dehydrating. That's a lot of abuse. We want to make sure the nails and the skin around the nails is well nourished, but also massaging oil into the matrix of your nail, which is the area between your first knuckle and your cuticle area. That's where nail growth happens, so you can expedite your nail growth. Just saying. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and my story time. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you, bye.